Hi, good evening. Good evening, everyone. I hope everyone is well. And I often get asked this question as well. Is YouTube actually a real job, especially in 2025? And I'm going to be talking about a few topics this evening. And one of them is to do with the news, Donald Trump news, as well as YouTube, for example, and also things that you can do to generate income stream in your business. Now, although you may be doing one business, you could look at doing this as a side hustle, for example. So today's video is about how you can actually do other side hustles along with your job, for example. So stay tuned. I just had a sip of my lovely tea, decaffeinated tea, and shortly I'll have my raspberry and strawberry herbal tea as well. But I want you to stay tuned here with me because there's a lot of uncertainty going around today in the world, and I want you to try and focus on things that you can do that's going to be positive, that's going to be give you great success. And the reason why I say this is because we don't realize what we have, what we can do with what we are being given. You know, rather than to retreat and just give in, look at what you can actually achieve by what is happening around you. Now, YouTube is somewhere where you can actually be online and get paid. Look, I've been monetized since October, and I got monetized, and as soon as I got monetized, I had to wait for my ID because I reached that threshold. They said, yes, you can be monetized, but we need your ID to reflect where you are in Cyprus. So that's what I did, and I got monetized. I got paid, say, $100 a month, for example, each month consecutively. Now this month, February, for January, I get paid from YouTube monetization 134 euros, for example, which, you know, it's something is better than nothing. And the reason why I'm doing this is to show you that you can actually make money by doing a YouTube channel. Whether you do a YouTube channel where you're showing your face and you're talking, or whether you do a faceless channel, there's lots of ways for you to create income stream. Now, why have I got Donald Trump here news as my hashtag? Because as you can see in the press, there's a lot of things going on that Donald Trump and Elon Musk is talking about, as well as the newly formed group that has been looking at the finances within the government. And they're obviously young, talented men. This is the reason why they were hired. But what I want to also say is that there's been a lot of people that have lost their job, and I really do feel for you. And what I'd like you to also think about is look at this to see what it is that you can do that can create income stream, for example, for yourselves. Now, I'm going to talk about there's different aspects, different ways that you can make income stream, for example, in your lives, for example. So one way can be that you can actually be like a news reporter, where you're talking about what's happening in the news. You can see there's a lot of channels out there already that's discussing the news and what is, what the topic is, what the hot topics are, for example. And also people have made income stream from doing a news channel. Now, whether you agree with Donald Trump or not, this is some of the things that I'm going to talk to you today is really not about Donald Trump. It's about what is actually some of the things that he's doing that you can look at possibly creating an income stream from it. Like I said, what is in the news, for example. Another way is because he's putting all these tariffs and, at the end of the day, I'm not here to debate Donald Trump and what he's doing or Elon Musk. I'm not here to debate that. I want to be able to help you to look at things that you can do to create income stream, for example. And one of the things that you could start doing is looking at drop shipping, for example. What do I mean by drop shipping? Well, because he's putting these tariffs up in certain countries, then that means that those countries are going to have to put their prices up and it's going to become expensive. So why not you create a drop shipping company with ChatGPT? Now, stay with me. You can buy products from, for example, India. You can buy product, and I've brought products from India as well when I was doing drop shipping, as well as I did Alibaba and things like that. But you can buy products from India, Vietnam, other countries for quite a good price, and then you can sell goods, for example, whether you've got a website or whether you just have one built. You can do that even with ChatGPT, for example, and you can then create income streams with, maybe you could buy mobile phone cases because they're quite popular, aren't they? Our mobile phones always, the chargers are always wearing out, for example. So maybe you could sell mobile phone chargers, for example, or mobile case covers, for example, because it's going to be expensive if you're getting it from China with the prices being increased, for example. So another thing that I would suggest that you do, and this is what I'm going to be doing as well, because I want you to see the things that I'm doing and that they do work, for example. Why don't you look at possibly, one of you may be interested in creating a news channel for what's happening in the news, what's current, and you can go to Google News. There's a website which is Google, obviously. It's called Google News, and you'll get all the up-to-date information about news, and then you can talk about what is happening in the news on your channel, and you can just read out some of it and just giving people bite size of what's happening in that channel, for example, in the news, for example. So that's another thing that you can do. Another thing that you can do to earn income is you can create articles. So from the news, you can create articles where you've got a WordPress site and you've put articles up. And in those articles, you can talk about what's happening in the news, and you can also have a link for them to, contact you, or perhaps have a product link there, which is an affiliate link that is, related to what you're talking about. So maybe you could do mugs or t-shirts. You could do, for or against products, for example. Like I said, I'm not here to take sides. I'm here to give you some real life examples that works for earning income, because we're in this situation where inflation is here, and especially if you're in the UK, it's going to be even more come April. I know they're bringing down some of the interest rates, etc., but we're still facing you're still facing interest rates. Same with America, interest rates, everything's going up and up. So why not look at creating a YouTube channel so that you can start making money quickly? Now, I have known people to create, I've coached people on them creating a YouTube channel, and some of them actually got monetized in 30 days, as little as 30 days. So you got to look at what subject you're going to be discussing in your YouTube channel. So imagine that you've got this YouTube channel you've set up, where you must have if you're here anyway, but you can create another channel that is separate and, you know, personal, that no one knows that you even got a YouTube channel. You could create a faceless YouTube channel and make money and income from that as well. So like I said, you know, I've been monetized now for 3 months, and I've got the payment that I made in January was the largest month since I started I think I started the second week of October, for example, when I became monetized. So that's October, November, December, January, 3 months. So each month I was getting £100, but in the payment that I made for January, and I showed it here in a video from my phone, for example, that I made £135, for example, okay? And that's just 3 months. So you can do that as well. And I don't know if any of you here are facing job losses or perhaps reduced hours, for example. Start building your YouTube channel. Start doing things with it. And like I said, you can create a news channel, because boy, there's plenty of news out there worldwide. Wherever you are, there's some sort of news that you can do, whether you do a news channel once a week where you talk about the news for the week, or you can talk about it as it's going along. And that is the key to you getting monetized on YouTube. And let me tell you something, since I've been on YouTube monetized, for example, I've been approached by organizations to do sponsorship with as well. So you can also get money from doing sponsorship, and that is where they will pay you for talking about a particular product, whether it's you do it once every time you do a video, then you get paid a certain amount of money, which is more money than what you would get paid for doing for AdSense, for example, for ads monetization. Although the monetization is good, like I said, mine has increased by £35, for example, a month. I know it doesn't seem like much, but I am a small YouTuber and I'm just starting because I've only been doing this for 3 months. Some people have been very lucky where they were able to, you know, make, you know, £1,000 a week on YouTube. And this is what I was saying. If you do things like, you could do a day in a life. If you want to talk about your private life, that's entirely up to you. But try and stick with what is popular. That is how you get into the Google algorithms, for example. And posting regularly, whether that is once a week or twice a week, 3 times a week. I would suggest the minimum is that you do like 2-3 times a week. But if you could do every day, that would be really good. But you've got to find news that is related, that is interesting, that people want to listen to from you. And then you go live like what I'm doing. So if there's something live that's happening now, for example, you can go live at the same time and talk about that particular news, for example, like how there's been the federal workers that they've basically been let go, haven't they? You know, millions of federal workers have faced the deadline today over whether to resign. And I believe that they have, for example, you know, more than 2 million federal employees face looming deadline by midnight time on Thursday. And they must decide whether to accept or defer, do a resignation offer. And that's from the Trump administration. So a lot of them have been, basically they haven't been able to get into their office or their computer, their files, for example, to do with work. So basically they really have been let go, for example. And the Trump administration also was able to, they're trying to extend such a deal and defer the resignation allegedly breaks numerous laws. And February the 4th lawsuit was filed by several employee unions, and the plaintiffs in suit are asking a court to block the government offer, which they describe as arbitrary. So imagine you can't even go back to work. And some people, with regards to the US aid fund as well, that they've not been, everything's just stopped dead, totally stopped. And they're looking at getting rid of 7,500 officers. And some of these workers, they live abroad as well. So this is in the White House opinion, that they said that this is about making the government more efficient and productive again. Now, this is what I'm saying to you, that you can create a news channel regarding the news. Okay, there's lots of news out there. You can even create a faceless channel. If you don't want to show your face, then create a faceless channel, and then that way you're not showing your face, and you can do the news and you can get paid for it, i.e. YouTube revenue. Once you're monetized, to get monetized you've got to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watched hours, for example. And by doing lives like this, and you will get the numbers up quickly, for example, as well as uploading videos, for example, talking about what's happening in the news. That's one way. The second way is just doing drop shipping. Because of the tariffs that Donald Trump is increasing on these countries, it's going to make shipment harder or more expensive. So this can be your opportunity to provide products that are at a cheaper price in your locality, but you've ordered from, say, places like India, Vietnam, for example, where it's cheaper. Because, obviously you can't go and try and order from China because of the tariffs, if you're in the States, that is. So the tariffs are still going to affect everybody, I believe, that's ordering. So think about what else you can do to earn money. And I'm trying to get you to think about earning money quickly, for example. And that is one way is by creating a YouTube channel and seeing what products you can offer and sell. You can even do coaching. You can even do education. There's lots of things, what it is. You got to find out what you are good at. If you have lost your job, if you're working with the federal workers, for example, then what is it that you was doing that you could actually do on YouTube and teach people things that's going to benefit them and be appreciated as well. So that's one of the things I wanted to talk to you about, was that you could even do a newsletter, a weekly newsletter, whereby you talk about the news for the week, what's happened, and you can talk about it in your YouTube channel, for example. Now, sometimes it depends on the subject that you're talking about on YouTube, for example, and the payment could be, for example, it can be $5 per 1,000 views, for example, that you get, or it could be $12, or it could be 15, or it could be 50. It really depends on the topic that you're talking about that you can get higher revenue from that, for example. And I really wanted to mention this today because of the job loss that I've seen in the news, where there's been a lot of people, thousands of millions, have lost their jobs over the coming weeks, really. You know, literally where it's just stopped dead. And not to mind the US aid, you know, what the losses of that is going to be. Not just the jobs, but people's health, their wellness, their mental health. There's that loss going on. Then there's also the organizations that work with those companies, for example, then they've got a loss. So it's like a ricochet domino effect that's happening in the United States, for example. Now, I don't know what UK is planning, but I'm trying to look at the news so that I can try and keep abreast. I don't usually watch the news, but this is critical as far as I'm concerned. So that's why I'm looking and doing my research regarding this. Now, once you get your YouTube channel up and running and you're monetized, you can start approaching organizations to see if they can sponsor you. You don't have to have like thousands of subscribers. You can be very small but be very niche, and then organizations will work with you, for example. I've had, for example, 5 offers to work with me, for example, sponsorship wise. So I'm looking at that at the moment, but also been offered a position as well. I'm looking at that at the moment. But there's so many opportunities with having a YouTube channel, and I believe it is a real job, because I've been on YouTube now for over 10 years, and it has produced income for me for over 10 years. But I never thought of it as that I would be paid for adverts that were on my YouTube channel. So having a YouTube channel for all those years, and it's a missed opportunity, but now's the right time. So for me, now this is the reason why I'm pushing this and doing videos, just to see and test the market and see how it works as well, to gather. I'm trying to get more views. I really am trying. I'm trying to suss this out as well. And I do have there's this software, well, not software, there's an AI tool which is video, which is called vidIQ. That's very good, vidIQ, because it tells you, what your titles are, what the ranking number is, for example. I've also got TubeBuddy, which is very good as well. I'm trying to work that out and learn that as well. I'm trying. I've also got another couple of more tools, which is, I use ChatGPT anyway, every day, for example, to help me with my content, because I know what it is I'm saying. So I type it up and then boom, it does it for me. But I'm talking to you from my heart and from the top of my, inside my head. I'm talking to you. I'm not reading from a script, because I was going to do my community thing today, but I decided not to, because I saw the amount of people that have lost their jobs in America and also worldwide. And it made me, think about, what could I talk about tonight, for example, that could help someone in America or in the UK, for example. If you're going through, losses, job loss, for example, there's plenty of ways that we can look at, pivoting and doing this. And I truly believe with YouTube, like I said, last month I made £135, which increased from £100. So it is increasing. I think it's increasing by 30%. But I'm up in the game because ChatGPT has, given me some advice. So I've upped the game on that. And that's why I'm posting so much, because I'm trying things out. And also, that really should double what I made, for example, minimum. So I should double what I've made if I stick to the plan of posting every single day. And I'm going to be posting at least 5 times a day. I know that seems a lot, and it's exhausting. It is a real job. When you're doing YouTube, it is a real job, because I'm doing it even before I start work. Because I get up 5 o'clock in the morning, I do my exercise, HIIT exercise, I do my reading, my prayers, my meditation, and then I go for a walk for an hour and a half, a nature walk, because that helps my mindset, and it helps to clear my mind so that I can be more creative when I get into the office. So before I even start at 9 o'clock UK time, for example, before that time, I then upload my videos from the night before, for example. So that's done. And then I then do my work, for example, in 9 o'clock I do my 90-minute blocks. So I do 3 90-minute blocks, and that takes me up to 2 o'clock UK time. I also meet with my team between 1 and 12 o'clock UK time and 1 p.m. So I meet with my team for a quick 15 minutes. I'm not there for long because, at the end of the day, I want everybody to be productive. We're not here to, just waste time, for example. So I meet with the team. I've got a small team. As I said, I've managed to reduce the team by 70% because I've got AI to help me with that. And AI is amazing. I would highly recommend it. If you are a one-person business, definitely get AI in, because it will help you. It will save you a lot of money, and the work will be done 50 times stronger, for example. And although we still do need human touch, and that's one thing I believe so heartily in, that we still must continue with the human touch. Even though we're using AI, we still need to have the humans, us, helping, because our clients need that, for example. I'm not about to clone myself. I'm not about to make an AI out of myself either. I plan to have my AI tools that are doing everything in the business, for example. But like I said, still need the human touch. So another thing, like I said, the AI can save your company thousands of dollars a month, for example, because it's just so cost effective as well. And they work 24/7. Isn't that amazing? So, that's the reason why I'm doing AI automation, where I'm helping clients to automate their business, operations with AI, because it's more effective. It's going to create more client outcome improvements, for example. It's going to create more efficiency in your business. So that's the reason why I've created that, where I'm doing AI automation for businesses, especially in healthcare, because that's where I specialize. I've been in healthcare for over 35 years and been through 3 recessions. And like I said to you, you are a lot stronger than how it was for me many years ago, because you've got AI that can step in and do the things that you need doing quickly, for example. And it can save you thousands of pounds, you know, in terms of things that are repetitive that, you know, you can get the AI to do, then get them to do it, for example. There's even voice AI, where they will answer your phones for you, where they will make calls for you, where they will send emails for you, where they will do your marketing for you, where they will respond to messages for you. They can do so much for you. So like I said, if you are a one-person business, then look at AI automation. I do have a link here for you to click and book an appointment with us, because we are doing our AI Healthcare Business Bootcamp, first of its kind. And we're going to have some AI developers on as well, helping with the implementation as well. And I'm so super excited that I'm the first one doing this. It's amazing. So I really can't wait to show you about how to implement AI into your business to help give you your time freedom back, to give you business quality of life as well. And also to spend that time with family members. It's just beautiful that you're not looking at you're not opening up your laptop and saying, oh, I'll be with you in a minute, I've just got to check this email. Oh, I'll be with you in a minute, I've just got to make a call. How many times do you see that when you're going out for a meal, for example, or you're out with family or friends, and you see someone, they're running a business, and they're like, let me just check they're looking at their phones. Well, sometimes everyone's looking at their phones at the same time, but they're looking at their phones because they've got a message, and then it's like, oh, sorry, 1 second, I've just got to take this. Don't need to do that with AI. You don't want to see someone open up their laptop whilst you're trying to have your meal at the table. That's one thing that we at home here, we eat together. No computer, no phone. Everyone has to put it away. It's like it's banned from the table. I don't like it. I really don't. So and I think it's better because we can talk rather than everyone looking at their computer or their phone and then trying to eat with one hand. We're losing how to use a knife and fork, you know. So that was a little rant there. So let me get back on track. So think about the things that you can do that's going to generate income for you. Like I said, my YouTube has grown 30% since I've increased my videos. Now I'm doubling up on my videos. I'm hitting it hard. I'm hitting it hard. This is a serious thing that I'm doing. And I really want it to double because I want to show you that it can work. So, you know, when you see me do a video, for example, you probably see my videos come up all the time, you know, and you're probably thinking, another one. But that's because I'm trying to get the Google algorithm and YouTube algorithm. I'm trying to get them going, you know. I'm trying to get that movement going. Look, I've been on YouTube for 13 years, and I'm trying to suss out YouTube algorithm, even though it's meant to be easy for new creators. Okay, so you might stand a better chance because you're a new creator. I've been on YouTube for 13 years, but I've always used YouTube for training or booking appointments, for example, like that, rather than coming on daily like I'm doing now. And I am committed to coming on here daily, 7 days a week. That is my commitment. And I'm going live at 7 p.m. daily. And I'm also uploading daily as well. So I'm uploading twice. I'm coming on here twice a day. And then from that, I'm splitting them up into like 15-minute videos. I'm doing like shorts as well. My team's doing reels, for example. And why am I asking my team to do things even though I've got a small team? Because I want the human touch from them. I want to see and get the human touch from them, for example. So it's important that when you're looking at, doing YouTube, what is it you want to do? What do you like to do? What really sings to you? What is in your soul? What do you really want to do in YouTube, for example? Online, what can you do? Because like I said, if you create a news channel, look at these news channel, they're getting like, some of them are being paid $1 million a month. Can you imagine that? $1 million a month they're being paid from the ads, not from the sponsor, because there's the sponsors, there's all the other stuff as well, but they're literally being paid by adverts. Now imagine you just doing a YouTube channel and just uploading a video once a day. You'll probably end up getting something like, $5,000 a month, and you're doing this from home, and you're being paid for adverts, as well as you can do sponsorships as well. Like I was approached by a sparkling water company because I like sparkling water. I was approached by a company regarding software, for example. I've been approached by quite a few people, like I said, and it works. So if you create a YouTube channel, you will make money from it. If you do an advert, if you do a YouTube video, but think about the subject that you want to do, and like having a news channel is massive. Even creating an article, doing articles and putting it on Google, that is massive as well. And your ads will be on there, and then you can get paid from Google. They'll pay it into your bank account every month, for example, providing you meet the threshold. Okay, so you got to make sure you meet the threshold. Try drop shipping. Before I used to make 15,000 a week from drop shipping. You heard me. On Amazon, eBay, I was on lots of different channels selling products, drop shipping. Some of them I was purchasing at a cheaper price. I was buying them from China, Alibaba, for example, and then I was selling them. Even ink cartridges, there was lots of things I was doing. Cots, push chairs, electric toothbrushes, clothes, costumes, party costumes. They were very good sellers. They probably still are now, today. All you got to do is purchase them. And you can buy, say, 5 or 10, and then sell them on Amazon, and then you get paid monthly from Amazon, for example. Drop shipping is good, and like I said, Donald Trump is putting up the tariffs, so that means that it's going to be hard for people to purchase from places where the tariff is being in place, for example. So why not look at that, and then you buying products from like India or Vietnam, places where they're not putting the tariffs up, for example, and then you can do drop shipping. You can sell products and make money on top. And the drop shipping, you can do that with ChatGPT, but also because ChatGPT will tell you where these companies are, for example, legitimate companies. And then that company can then send the items to your clients that you want to sell your products to. And it's a win-win situation. You haven't got to hold stock. I was holding stock and I was doing drop shipping. So I always made sure that there was money coming in every day. So each day I used to send out about 20 costumes daily. Party costumes, fancy dress costumes, for example. I was even selling clothes from charity shops, because sometimes film companies would want to buy old clothes for a film that they're doing or a play. So I would sell to like the play, the theatre groups and things like that. It was, such a easy thing to do. Even the toothpicks, I would create I would make like flags, and then these would be party sticks, for example. So there's lots of ways. Look, there's fans. I've got all these things here, it's funny. There's fans you can purchase, and then you just sell them. You sell them, people buy it. There's umbrellas, there's the parasols. People buy them, especially when it's hot. They put it up and it's there, or maybe they want it in their house, part of decoration. I used to make soaps, bath bombs. I should have brought them here, but I don't have them with me. They're in the bathroom. But there's things that you can sell. You can sell things like, for example, essential oils. This one is peppermint. You can sell this. You put things in like a basket and then wrap it with lovely cling film and things like that and sell those baskets. I used to sell them on Amazon for like $50. Valentine's is coming up. What can you sell in times for Valentine's? You must have things that you can sell or that you can go out and buy and then just put them in a basket. If you're in the UK, you can go to like one of the home centres and get a basket, buy a basket and then put little things in, take a photo of it, stick it on Amazon, and it will sell. Valentine's present. And then you post it. You could sell 5 or 10. When I was doing those baskets, I would be selling like 10 a day at £50. Then I was selling the cots. I would buy the cots and then I would sell them. I would buy sewing machines. Listen to this. I was buying sewing machines and then I was like almost doubling the price and selling it on Amazon. There's so many ways you can make income. So many ways. You can even be here on YouTube selling your stuff. I've got a dress here. I've got this bath bomb here. I've got this makeup here, kind of thing. I've got this umbrella here. This is how it works. I've got a mobile phone case here. You can sell products live on YouTube. You can have your own shopping channel on YouTube. This is real. What I'm telling you, it works. It really does. And you're doing it from home. If you like shopping, go and buy your stuff. And then guess what? You bring it home and you sell it. I mean, I live in Cyprus and there's plenty of shops that I could quite easily go to and buy something and then come here and just sell it. I could go to Limassol and get like Bobbi Brown makeup, for example, and sell it. And then, boom, someone's brought it. I post it to them. Sometimes people like to buy from you because you're doing something online, and it's like you've got this shopping channel. People like a shopping channel. You know that. I know that because I remember I used to buy from QVC. I don't know if anyone knows QVC, the shopping channels back in the day. I would just buy anything. You know, especially when it was like Christmas time. I would buy the most silliest things that I didn't even need, but I'm sure you would buy something that you know what's needed because you have to look at what the trend is. And that's what I did. I looked at what the trend is on Google for particular products at a certain time of the year, and I would buy it, and bang, it would sell like hotcakes. I was going to the post office. Me and my husband, we had a sack. I mean, when I say a sack, we had 2 sacks. It needed to be in the car, and we'd have to carry it out into the post office back then. And we would print off the postage slips with the stamp, you know, the code. For example, we take it to the post office. Here you go, and it will be delivered. All these things you can do. You can start off with, you don't have to start off with hundreds and thousands of pounds. Just get something like I did when I started with the toothpicks, and I started making like putting flags on. I would print them off. I was doing cakes. I was making cakes as well. Sponge cake, Jamaican rum cake, if anyone knows that, for example. And I would sell it. I put them in a box and sell it. Put it in a tin and I would sell it. Sell it in the community. I sold it online as well, for example. I would do the rice cake toppers, and I would put the topper on top of the cake when it was someone's birthday, for example. I was like an octopus. Whatever was like trending, I was there. I was buying it. If it was like jeans or whatever, I would buy it. It was a no-brainer for me, and I was at home with the kids, and the kids would even help me, even though sometimes they would moan. And I'd say, do you want your pocket money or not? Or do you want a roof over your head or not? That's what I used to say to them, and they quickly helped me out. You know, let's look at how we can look at control the things that we can control. Okay? Let's try and build oneness. Let's try and look after ourselves, because there's so much misery out there at the moment that we can't control. But the things that we can control, like what I've said today, is doing a shopping channel now is going to be massive for 2025. That is one hot tip I will give you right now. Doing a shopping channel where you're selling your products and people buy from you. You put the link in the chat and click. People will buy it, and then you will send it out to them. It's remarkable. There's people doing shopping channels on YouTube right now. Whether they're selling perfume, whether they're selling, crystals. Because I like crystals, so I get like things like this. Can you see it? It's like the tiger thing. So I like crystal things. You can see perhaps behind me I've got crystal things. I've got things that I like, feminine things. I like to have them. If you like crystals, then you can buy them and then you can sell them for example. That's another crystal thing. Isn't that beautiful? So I like things like that. There's lots of things that you can have. And look, I've got this little angel here. And that's beautiful. Got a lovely heart, crystal heart there. So there's things that you can, like I said, things you can buy and then you can sell them. Create your YouTube channel. It is remarkable. I'm telling you to get on YouTube. You're on YouTube, but start selling on YouTube, or even create a faceless channel. There's even, maybe I should do training about this. There's AI video that you can get where you just put the text in and it will create your video for you. Boom. You don't have to be there talking yourself, for example. It can even copy your voice if you want to, or you can use their voice. You choose the voice you want. It's amazing. So, like I said, even though this is a difficult time right now, you know, inflation, etc., start looking at ways, rather than waiting for crisis to hit you, start looking at ways now that you can start to make money. You know, you can even just buy things like slippers, but I'm going to show you tomorrow. There's a thing that you can go on and you can see what the trends are. So you can look at what's trending product wise, and then you could be selling that on YouTube, and I bet you will get monetized quickly, because it is a high need, for example, if that makes sense. Yeah, because if you can do things that is highly searchable in the search engines, then you will get lots of views. Yeah, looking at what people need is going to create lots of views, for example. So I just want you to all think about all the different things that you can do that's going to create money for you. You know, there's lots of different ways, and things that you like doing, then that's something which you can create and get money for it. If you like to cook, if you like to bake, if you like doing cupcakes, which I like doing cupcakes, and the cream on top, for example, do it and put them in a box and sell it. If you like making, you know, a fruit cake, make a fruit cake, put it in a tin and send it. Wrap it and send it. If you like making bath bombs and soaps, which is what I do, I love, that's one of the things I love, is I like making my own bath bombs and soap. But my kids got me a load for Christmas, because they were like, Mum, you haven't got time to make it, so we'll buy it for you. But if you can make bath bombs and soaps, which I'm going to start doing some videos on that, and then you can sell those as well. You know how much bath bombs are sold for these days? I should have brought them here. I might do another video on that. But the soaps as well, how much do they sell for? You know, if you go to these stores where they sell these specialized handmade soaps, you can even make your own cream. You can even make your own lip balm. You know, you can even make your own like your little Vaseline thing. Yeah, isn't that cute? I like these little things. But you can see, like, little things like this can go in like a basket, a wicker basket, with some bath bombs and soap, and then a scrunchie in there, a couple of flannels, for example, or fancy dress, a little hand towel thing, and you sell that for what, £50, for example, and you've probably only spent probably about £15, and you've made, say, £35, you could even sell it for more. You know, I'm just saying that. You can even buy these spa slippers that you can actually put in with the wicker basket, gift basket, and it's a pamper gift basket that you've just got for someone, and you've sold it, and they've given it to a loved one for Valentine's or for a birthday present. So there's lots of things. I used to buy gaming things because it was popular, you know, the games, and I used to buy, you know, the types of phones and things like that when the iPhones came out. You know, lots of ways you can make money, and that's why I wanted to talk to you today, to just try and look at the things that you can control. Yeah, and because YouTube, you can make money from it. You can make 6 figures from YouTube. People are making millions from YouTube, and that is what's so incredible. And you don't even have to go anywhere. So you can just sit here if you want, or walk around when you're outside, talk. People want to hear stories. So you can even buy books, and then you can do reviews on books, you know, and what that book was. So you could do a weekly review of the books that you've brought, for example. Once you've read them, then you do a review. And then you could do 1 review a week. It's amazing what we can achieve. It's in us, and we can do it, you know, and you can do it from home. You don't have to, you know, be running into work, getting on a train, getting in your car, driving for hours on end, being exhausted, spending money on petrol, when you can sell your own products. You can even set up a website, which AI can even build your website for you if you want a basic website. There's Shopify. There's lots of ways for you to get paid. Lots of ways. You just put your link in there, and there's products that you don't even handle. You know, they do it all for you. They do the mugs for you. They do the t-shirts. Like, you'll see on my page where I've got like products, for example, and I'm just testing that out, for example. And you can do things like that, where they do candles, they do soaps as well. So you can do all different things, and people can purchase from your YouTube. So you do a video, and then you say, here's my link here to purchase. It's a win-win situation. So, like Donald Trump has put the tariffs up for people, look at what you can get from other countries to provide to people in where you are. That's going to be cheaper. So that is going to bring something positive for yourselves, and an additional income stream as well. So I wanted to share that with you. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you so much, writer. Thank you. Thank you for being here as well. Yeah, YouTube is a real job. It really is. And good afternoon to you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thanks for your comments as well. Thank you, everyone. So let me know in the comments what you would like to do. What do you like to do? Do you like shopping, or do you like cooking? Do you like to make things, or you can buy things and sell them? There's lots of different ways you can do it. You can even create your own news channel where you're talking about Donald Trump and all the other news that's happening, for example. And that's the way you can get monetized from Google. and Google then pays you monthly. So, the news is so popular that it can actually get you monetized quickly as well. I know one lady, she had a new channel and she got monetized very quickly, and she's like had 1.7 million views, for example. Some have had 6 million views. Some have had more, but I'm just talking about the ones that have just started. So it does work. You just got to look at what it is you want to do, and the news is highly searchable, as you know, because everyone wants to know the news, don't they? So that is a very hot topic, for example, and always will be. But I'm not, that's not really something I want to do every day, but I also like to keep you informed, but I'm not going to be jumping in that direction. But that's something you may want to take on. So think about what it is you want to do and what you want to achieve, and how much time you can to start a YouTube channel. It doesn't take long. You're already on YouTube now, so all you got to do is to decide whether you want to use it on the one that you're on, or whether you want to create a brand new channel, for example, and then you can start from fresh, for example. And then think about what it is you want to sell, and or what you want to talk about, or what you want to educate people about on YouTube, for example. Because YouTube, it is a real job. It can be a real job if you take it seriously enough. If you want to use that time, if you've got young kids, get them to help you. Get them to help you if you struggle with the technical side of things. Get them to help you and let them show you what it is they're doing, so that you can learn, and then you're fine. You'll be able to get on with it. I had to learn myself many years ago, 13 years ago. So I hope that was helpful to you, and thank you so much for your comments. Thank you for subscribing to the channel, and thank you for your likes. I really do appreciate you all, and I want you to be able to grow your YouTube channel and to look at what it is that you can do in this creation moment, because YouTube needs small creators. That's why they're pushing for small creators to get seen just as much as the big guys are getting, because they want you to get a piece of that pie. So I hope that was helpful, everyone. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening, and like I said, if you need to talk to me, just click the link and book a free 15-minute appointment, and I'll gladly speak to you, whether it's AI automation, whether it's our AI healthcare business bootcamp, which we talk about contracts as well as AI automation, as well as funding as well, and whether it is to talk about business recovery, whether it's to talk about YouTube channel. I'm here to support you, and I'm here to help you to find your purpose. So thank you so much, everyone. Have a wonderful, blessed evening, and I will speak with you all soon. Thank you so much for your messages. And that's Rita. Hey. Thank you. Take care. Bye, everyone. Bye. Thank you.